My name is Greg Diamond. I'm a candidate for the California State Senate, 29th District. I'm going to read a speech today given by Nick Hanauer, a venture capitalist from Seattle who was the first non-family investor in Amazon.com. He gave the speech at the TED conference in Long Beach. The TED conference at first refused to post it because it was political, so I suggested that people record it and post it themselves. TED has since relented in the face of public pressure, but I'm posting mine anyway. This is Nick Hanauer's speech. It is astounding how significantly one idea can shape a society and its policies. Consider this one. If taxes on the rich go up, job creation will go down. This idea is an article of faith for Republicans and seldom challenged by Democrats, and has shaped much of today's economic landscape. But sometimes the ideas that we know to be true are dead wrong. For thousands of years, people were sure that the Earth was at the center of the universe. It's not, and an astronomer who still believed that it was would do some lousy astronomy. In the same way, a policymaker who believed that the rich and businesses are quote-unquote job creators and therefore should not be taxed, would make equally bad policy. I have started, or helped start, dozens of businesses, and initially hired lots of people. But if no one could have afforded to buy what we had to sell, my businesses would have all failed, and all those jobs would have evaporated. That's why I can say with confidence that rich people don't create jobs, nor do businesses, large or small. What does lead to more employment is a quote-unquote circle of life, like feedback loop, between customers and businesses. And only consumers can set in motion this virtuous cycle of increasing demand and hiring. In this sense, an ordinary middle-class consumer is far more of a job creator than a capitalist like me. So when business people take credit for creating jobs, it's a little like squirrels taking credit for creating evolution. In fact, it's the other way around. Anyone who's ever run a business knows that hiring more people is a capitalist course of last resort, something we do only when increasing consumer demand requires it. In this sense, calling ourselves job creators isn't just inaccurate, it's disingenuous. That's why our current policies are so upside down. When you have a tax system in which most of the exemptions and the lowest rates benefit the richest, all in the name of job creation, all that happens is that the rich get richer. Since 1980, the share of income for the richest Americans has more than tripled, while effective tax rates have declined close to 50%. If it were truer that lower tax rates and more wealth for the wealthy would lead to more job creation, then today we would be drowning in jobs. And yet unemployment and underemployment are at record highs. Another reason this idea is so wrong-headed is that there can never be enough super rich Americans to power a great economy. The annual earnings of people like me are hundreds, if not thousands of times greater than those of the median American. But we don't buy hundreds or thousands of times more stuff. My family owns 3 cars, not 3,000. I buy a few pairs of pants and a few shirts a year, just like most American men. Like everyone else, we go out to eat with friends and family only occasionally. I can't buy enough of anything to make up for the fact that millions of unemployed and underemployed Americans can't buy new clothes or cars or enjoy any meals out, or to make up for the decreasing consumption of the vast majority of American families that are barely squeaking by, buried by spiraling costs and trapped by stagnant or declining wages. Here's an incredible fact. If the typical American family still today got the same share of income that they earned in 1980, they would earn about 25% more and have an astounding $13,000 more per year. Where would the economy be if that were the case? Significant privileges have come to capitalists like me for being perceived as job creators at the center of the economic universe, and the language and metaphors we use to defend the fairness of the current social and economic arrangements is telling. For instance, it is a small step from job creator to the creator. We did not accidentally choose this language. It is only honest to admit that calling oneself a job creator is both an assertion about how economics works and a claim on status and privileges. The extraordinary differential between a 15% tax rate on capital gains, dividends, and carried interest for capitalists, and the 35% top marginal rate on work for ordinary Americans is a privilege that is hard to justify without just a touch of deification. We've had it backwards for the past 30 years. Rich business people like me don't create jobs. Rather, they are a consequence of an ecosystemic feedback loop, animated by middle-class consumers, and when they thrive, businesses grow and hire, and owners profit. That's why taxing the rich to pay for investments that benefit all of us is a great idea for both the middle class and the rich. So here's an idea worth spreading. In a capitalist economy, the true job creators are consumers, the middle class. And taxing the rich to make investments that grow the middle class is the single smartest thing that we can do for the middle class and the poor and the rich. Thank you.